hey, let's stretch out those weeaboo muscles and talk about Digimon Tri, because that's kind of related to something that I'm working on and also currently relevant. So, with many reboots and stuff, usually that's a very risky prospect because we have ones that are good, like, I don't know, like the recent Dragon Ball Z movies, and we have ones that disappoint, like Sailor Moon Crystal. But we haven't really seen any children's things getting a sequel, a reboot, or whatever, targeted for adults. While Pokemon The Origins played with this, it still kind of did the hey, it's all new, but also, hey, new fans, come on in. Digimon Tri, on the other hand, just says, hey, you know what, you like Digimon, here's some more of that. And if you didn't like Digimon, you're gonna be a little bit out of the loop on this one, so if you didn't watch Digimon Adventure as a kid, you can probably skip this one. Anyway, it works a lot better as a movie than 4 episodes. Like, they split it up as 4 episodes, but it's kind of arbitrary, punctuated with an opening and ending sequence, which is very cool, a very nice opening and ending sequence, but it could have lived without that, and the pacing on it is just slow. So what's going on here? So we have Tai, who's the leader, although you should probably already know that because you're sticking with it. You already know that if you don't like Digimon Adventure, you can believe this one isn't for you. And he hasn't really had time to see his other friends, and everyone's just sort of passing him by in life, or at least that's his interpretation. Which kind of rolls with the whole idea of we're aiming this for people who grew up with Digimon, who probably are roughly college age now, while the kids in this one are of high school age. It's a very relevant thing for a young adult to be thinking, hey, look at all my buddies over here. That guy just graduated from super college, and that guy has a sweet job he likes, and look at me over here. What have I been doing? If you thought it was eating an entire pizza by myself, you would be correct. And that's kind of the place that Tai is in Tri, where during this, hey, check that out, Agumon shows up to defend him against the raging Kuwagamon, and the gang's all back together. But the catch is, Tai isn't quite the person he used to be, in that where guys like Matt, in the very mundaneness of life, grew stronger with their best traits from that being courage. For Tai, without really much to do, you can't really be the hero, you can't really be courageous with that. So he has his own character arc of, well, pretty much how Tai gets his groove back, and I suppose you can kind of argue that's what the plot is, but really Tri doesn't have a whole lot of plot going on, because it's not entirely sure of what it wants to be in a way. Where there's plenty of fan service and character drama that you would expect from Digimon Adventure, because it's a little bit smarter with how it uses characters than its contemporaries like Pokemon or Metabots or Mon Kole Knights or whatever not very good Mon show is airing in around the same time. You also have more and more Digimon showing up, which is bad. They have to deal with that. And that's pretty much all 4 episodes, is Digimon are showing up and the team has to get their groove back to deal with it, although at a very, very slow pace. Like 90% of it is just the kids just kind of hanging out. And then at the end, the big Digimon shows up and Tai sort of gets his groove back and understands that he does have to step up his game, and they fight, and that's pretty much the end. Overall, it's pretty solid. The art looks nice. You have pretty much every ship that you would expect in Digimon to be thoroughly teased at, and it's a big old nostalgia-filled nostalgia fest. But it's very slow-paced and low-key, which usually is a good thing and I suppose rocking the whole, hey, we're gonna evolve with you, where as a little kid you would enjoy these big old explosive spectacles. As an adult, maybe you want something a little bit more low key, which is, I commend it for that, but I really don't think it worked. Just ignoring the whole episode breakup, weird pacing thing. And Ty's inner conflict, I feel, could have been something interesting, but the story is so low key that it doesn't really do anything. Because this isn't the story of Ty looking around and saying, man, everybody else is sure is doing great and I'm not. And then his best aspect, courage, saves the day. It's more about the kids just kind of standing around and talking to each other, and that's just kind of it. But as negative as I may be being about it, I enjoyed it. So I'm gonna give this one. It was cool out of um, thumbs up. Yeah, it was cool out of thumbs up. Final score. It's the emotional equivalent of seeing your best friend after many years of not seeing them, and you guys just kind of sit around talking about the weather or something. It's still a relatively pleasant experience seeing them again. It's not exactly as exciting as going to Disneyland with them or something.